Here are 20 first step decluttering ideas to help you get started. Number 1, declutter the inside of your car. That's a great first step because quite often, I mean, you can't have too much of a hoard in your car, although there are some people we certainly see. And we'll jokingly see like it's full, the whole back seat is full and the passenger seat is full. And it's like, oh, wow, like there's a whole, it feels like they've brought their whole house with them, right?
Like they're living out of their car, yeah.
But it'd be way harder to live out of a car with that much stuff in it.
Right.
And so, but the average person just has a bunch of extra stuff that we're keeping in there. Why? Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And so starting with the car, oh, it's so freeing when you declutter your car. When you don't have any excess in your car. So I totally agree with Joshua Becker and what he's saying here in this article. Your car is a great place to start.
Yeah.
Number 2, clear off your bathroom counter. Man, flat surfaces. This is where clutter often accumulates because it's so easy. Here, I'll just set this here for a moment.
Yeah. And so enticing.
Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. All that wide open space on the bathroom counter. And then before we know it, it's makeup, it's lotions, it's creams, it's cleansers, it's soap, it's toothpaste, all of these things that are just piled up there. Now, the key isn't to simply pile it all into a drawer.
Yeah.
But clear it off, letting go of the things that you're not using anymore. Yeah. And then, yes, storing the things that you do use regularly. Now, you can use our 90-90 rule for that. You can download all of our rules in the Minimalist Rulebook, by the way, theminimalists.com/rulebook. 16 rules for living with less. We have the just-in-case rule, and now we have the 90-90 rule. Have I used it in the last 90 days? If not, will I use it in the next 90 days? That's a great rule, especially for your bathroom counter.
Oh, yeah. It makes me think about like my shower before I really started doing the whole minimalist thing. I just, you try a product, it kind of works, a face wash or a shampoo or a conditioner, and like it sits in the shower, and then you're like, okay, that didn't work too well. I'm going to go get something else, but you still leave the one that didn't work in the shower.
Just in case.
And it's funny because, like I really simplified, the things that were on my shirt. Now it's like soap, shampoo, conditioner. Like that's it. One soap, one shampoo, one conditioner. And when Mariah and I moved in together, we like just simplified it to where, she was like, wow, this is so much easier to like take a shower without worrying about knocking over stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know, right?
I so much prefer that when you're able to combine thing. Now, obviously, if you're living with someone, they're going to have things that work well for them.
Right.
You're going to have, and so
like Mariah and I have completely different face tones, so we use different lipsticks.
Yes. And so what's nice though is you can do this together. You can clear the counter together because the thing to not do is like, I'll just throw away all of Mariah's stuff here. And look, half of the stuff's already gone, right?
Yeah.
So doing it together allows you to grab their buy-in as well. The third thing on this list from Joshua Becker is remove 10 items from your wardrobe. I call this shopping for clothes in your closet.
or it's like reverse shopping.
Well, because here's what happens is like we quite often hold on to things like I'm wearing that. I bought it because it looked good on a mannequin, but I know like I try it on and it's a little too big or a little too small, a little too awkward or a little too orange. And I'm holding on to this thing for some hypothetical use in the future. And so I'll try it on. Oh, yeah, you know what? I don't like this. I don't think I would buy it. And if that was a key, I don't think I'd buy this, that's the sign that I want to let it go.
Yeah.
So would I re-buy this thing in my closet? If the answer is no, let it go. Ooh, that rhymed, Danny. Number 4, declutter the visible areas of your entertainment center. Or just get rid of your entertainment center.
Right. Get rid of your entertainment.
Entertainment center, what is this, 2007?
Dude, that is funny, man. I can't think of the last time I even have seen an entertainment center.
I'm just kidding. I have a credenza, which is a fancy way of saying. I mean, you've been to my house a few times.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a credenza there.
Oh, yeah. Like where the bowl's sitting on top of and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's my entertainment center. There's some books on top of it. There's a piece of art on top of it. There's a few vases. Is it vase? Is 14 inches or higher? I don't know.
Depends on how pretentious you are, really.
Well, then they're definitely vases. Number 5, I think this is an important one. Clear off your nightstand. Nightstand clutter.
Oh yeah,
is there? There's a feng shui element to this, right?
dude. I used to use a cajon, the cajon that you gave me. I used to use that as my nightstand,
Which is like a drum that you sit on.
right? Yeah, it's like a box basically. Yeah, drum box. You could think of it. So we had mismatching nightstands, so we just happened to like be driving by. There was a garage sale, like saw the nightstands out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, like we've been looking for some nightstands, so we got them, but they have drawers in them. And now it's like now I just have extra storage for things. I mean, I don't have them all filled up, but I just noticed myself like, oh, to store that in the nightstand. Oh, to store like I now have nightstand junk drawers basically.
You went and bought 2 accidental junk drawers.
Right, yeah.
So yes, you can clear the nightstand, but don't simply clear it into the drawer. By clearing it, it's selling, donating, recycling, trashing, etc.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong.
Number 6, walk around your home and fill 1 box with items to donate. We'll do this with Ella quite frequently. And because she'll have toys that she's no longer finding value in, and she lets them go, and she understands by letting them go, she's actually making room for new toys.
Yeah.
And if she understands that as a kid, we can understand that as adults as well. Or we're also making room for more experiences, more space, more peace, more calm. And so 1 donation box and having the whole family do it, you can do it in 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, you're getting started on the letting go.
Dude, I went and visited, Mariah and I went and visited Bex and Ella when we were in Missoula just a couple weeks ago. And Ella wanted to play Operation. And half of the pieces were missing, and it was driving me crazy. But she really had a good time. And I learned a lesson.
About
not being OCD when it comes to playing Operation.
Well, let's read a few more of these 20, and then we'll put a link to the article in the show notes on Patreon here. All right, number 6. We already did that. Number 7, walk around your home and fill 1 bag for trash pickup. This is the unfortunate truth. We are holding on to a bunch of trash in our homes.
Yeah.
Now, if it can be recycled, great. But as we know, we're not that efficient with recycling. 9% of the plastic bottles that we recycle actually get recycled. Dude. And the same is true with many of our things. And so we feel bad. So what do? We cling to it. Now it's making us miserable, and it's not getting recycled.
Yeah.
And so, yes, throwing it away is a last resort, but sometimes we have to resort to that last resort when we have no other options, so we can move on with our lives.
It's interesting. I remember we went to this was in New York. We were filming someone who was like a minimalist, but they were also zero waste. And they were talking about how they had like this 1 tub of like, bad light bulbs or like stuff they didn't know how to get rid of.
Yeah.
So they just like held on to it. And I think I was just like encouraging this person, like, hey, sometimes you have to throw some things away.
It's okay. And by the way, bravo for living the life that you live.
Right. But it's either trash in your closet or it's trash in the landfill. And at least in the landfill, it will decompose faster than sitting in your closet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unless you misunderstand compost piles like me. I just dropped an apple on the floor 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was
it's already gone.
So like, all right, so so Josh, back in the day, like in our mid 20s, there would be like a gum wrapper and Josh would like fling it, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you can't litter. And he's like, I'm starting a compost pile.
But then it became a joke. Like, we'd be on tour.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't do any of that stuff now.
No,
but we would be on tour, and like we'd be on an elevator. I'd finish eating an apple. I'd just throw it on the floor in the elevator. And you're like, what are you doing? Oh, just compost pile. Don't worry about
helping the environment. And by the way, it was never more than a gum wrapper. Like, you were not a litter bug at all. It was just like a little. Yeah. Anyway.
Number 8, remove old or expired food from your pantry and fridge. We did a whole episode on expired items. You can go back and listen to that. But I was surprised by, and even as a minimalist, how many expired items. Now, not all expired items are actually expired. So go back and listen to that whole episode. We talk about the nuances there, and we read some definitions that I think were pretty important to understanding what is truly expired and what is marketing hype. Number 9, declutter old or unused coats and items items from your coat closet. Never.
You little jacket slut, you.
My wife calls me a jacket slut. I have 6 jackets, and it's the one area that I am not super minimalist. Although I wear them all the time. So in one regard, you would say, okay, you get value from those. They all fall within the 90-90 rule for me, the seasonality rule, right? And I've certainly worn all of them. And anytime where I don't wear them, I promptly let go of them.
Yeah.
But could I get by with one jacket or one jacket, one coat? Yeah, for sure. But I like having that some variety on the top layer because I'm wearing the same shirt and pants almost every single day, basically.
Yeah.
Number 10, clear off the top of your refrigerator. And this is especially helpful for really tall people like me. I'm of the height where I go to everyone's house and I see everything that's on top of their fridge. And it's always full of dust. And so it always drives me crazy at my house when it's full of dust. Other people's house, they don't drive me crazy, but I see it and I'm like, oh, they don't. That's funny. Like, just if you're 2 or 3 inches shorter than me, you don't see the dust on top of the fridge.
Right.
And quite often people will pile other things on top of their fridge as well.
I don't know why, but like, I remember growing up, my mom it was like all these cookbooks that she never used. It was like all these cookbooks on top of the fridge. Yeah. And dust.
Cookbooks collecting dust.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, there's like a blog post title there or something. Let's see if we can do a lightning round with the last 10. Recycle old magazines or newspapers that are left piled up. Yes, guess what? You are not going to go back and read the third quarter details magazine from 2012.
Yeah. And
it's
if you need
time to let it go.
Yeah, and if you need to, it's online.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Number 12, declutter your underwear and or sock drawer. I think he means underwear drawer or sock drawer. But you can declutter your underwear too.
Yeah.
Go commando. It's the only way to be a real minimalist. Number 13, clear 5 items from your kitchen counter. Clear all the items from your kitchen counter. We just did an episode about kitchen clutter with Max Lugavere. I think you'll enjoy that episode. You can go back and listen to the entire kitchen clutter episode. Number 14, remove excess towels and linens from your linen closet. That reminds me of when I was dealing with my mom's stuff. It looked like someone was running a hotel out of her linen closet with all the mismatched bath towels and dish towels and beach towels and bed sheets and blankets and quilts. She had a lot of stuff in that closet, some of which she used.
Yeah.
And you could tell because it was the stuff that was reused over and over again that was on top and all the other things that smelled a bit musty underneath. If it smells musty, maybe that's a sign that you can let it go. Number 15, declutter your laundry space. I have a shared laundry room in my building, so I don't have a laundry space, which makes it easy for me to keep clutter-free.
Right.
The sharing economy leads to a more clutter-free life quite often because you don't have to own all of the things.
Yeah.
Number 16, clear off the tops of your living room side tables or don't have side tables. That's another way to do it. We do this every night when we set the stage at night. We've talked about this in the past, but we set the stage. We'll spend 5 minutes or so clearing off any flat surfaces that may have accumulated something throughout the day, whether it was mail or books or remote controls or papers or toys. We clear it out at the end of the night, so we wake up the next morning to a calm, clean, clutter-free house. Few more here. Number 17, minimize your Tupperware. Yeah, or don't use Tupperware because it leaches plastic into your foods.
Right.
We talked about that during the kitchen clutter episode. Number 18, declutter your shower, keeping only what is essential. You talked about that already, Ryan. Number 19, clear out your medicine chest. Again, finding expired medications, because that is one thing with medications. If they're expired, it's not that they are expired so much as they tend to lose their potency. Many medications do after their expiration date, but that depends on the medication as well. So go back and listen to that expired items podcast episode.
You remember Wolf of Wall Street when they took the expired Quaaludes?
That could happen with your Tylenol even.
Good, really.
And number 20, return toys to the toy room. Toy room?
Becker's such a minimalist.
My toy room's right next to my war room. Return toys to the toy room or bedroom where they belong. Yeah, each night Ella helps with the with the setting the stage. And there are some bins that her toys go back into. They don't belong on the floor or on the counters or anywhere else. They belong in their homes, which are their toy bins. You can check out that full article from Joshua Becker at becomingminimalist.com. Did you enjoy this standalone Patreon highlight? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalist Private Podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists or click the link in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.